House Bill 5239. She indicates she wishes to proceed. Mr. Secretary, please read House Bill 5239.
House Bill 5239, an act concerning civil law. Third reading of the bill.
Senator Villanueva.
Thank you, Mr. President. House Bill 5239 prohibits any unit of government, including a home rule unit, from expending any resources to assist any individual or entity seeking to impose civil or criminal liability upon a person or entity for lawful healthcare activity except where necessary to comply with Illinois or federal law, or where an individual or entity is investigating conduct that would be subject to liability under Illinois law. It exempts location information and health records related to lawful healthcare activity from the Freedom of Information Act. It also establishes a cause of action against any offending unit of government with a 2-year statute of limitations after the cause of action is discovered. This is a bill and an initiative from the governor's office. It's a good bill, and I am here to answer questions if there are any.
Is there any discussion? Senator Tracy, for what purpose do you seek recognition?
Question as a sponsor, please.
She indicates she will yield. Senator Tracy.
Senator Villanueva, is there an age requirement for the minor that you are going to cover under the this Healthcare Activity Act?
Senator Villanueva.
No.
Senator Tracy.
So I'm to understand that a child of any age can go and apply for public aid on their own.
Senator Villanueva.
They can go they can go to apply to the participation of the family planning services.
Senator Tracy.
And is a parent required to be with them?
Senator Villanueva.
No.
Senator Tracy.
Does it concern you that we have no age requirement for the minor child and no parental supervision for this action? Does that concern you?
Senator Villanueva.
It concerns me that young people don't feel like they can trust their parents to help them acquire these services and these items that they might need in order to make healthy decisions with their bodies.
Senator Tracy.
Now, I wanted to ask about the Freedom of Information Act exemptions. What was the reasoning? Would you go over those again and tell us exactly what those apply to that are FOIA exempt?
Senator Villanueva.
In this bill, it exempts location information and health records related to lawful healthcare activity from FOIA, from the Freedom of Information Act.
Senator Tracy.
So currently on Illinois Public Health website, it lists counties and number of abortions performed. So is this the type of information that you want to be exempt from FOIA, Freedom of Information Act?
Senator Villanueva.
Senator, this is specific to records of patients and individuals who are coming to the state of Illinois that are seeking lawful health care.
Senator Tracy.
So will that number be FOIAble? The number of this type of coverage and abortion, will that be FOIAble?
Senator Villanueva.
I'm not sure what you're talking about when you say this, if you can clarify your question.
Senator Tracy.
The number of abortions provided by location to minors covered under this new provision under public aid.
Senator Villanueva. Senator Villanueva.
Senator, the numbers are already published on the website that you just referenced a couple of questions ago.
Senator Tracy.
And actually, that's what I'm trying to get to. Now, will that information still be available, published by Public Health, or if not, is it FOIAble?
Senator Villanueva.
Again, the numbers are public health information that's already being published. This doesn't have to do with that. This has to do with healthcare records of individuals that are coming to the state of Illinois that are seeking lawful health care.
Senator Tracy.
Okay, I'd like to speak to the bill.
To the bill.
This is a glaring change in law, and it's a very concerning in many ways. A child of any age can go apply without parental supervision of any sort for public aid, and then use that public aid funds, taxpayer-funded money, for an abortion. The FOIA Freedom of Information exemptions create a much less transparent process in Illinois. And let's just look at the scenarios that are possible given this bill and the act that it would create. A minor child could be raped by their stepfather living in Missouri, brought to Illinois, sign up for public aid, we help her get an abortion and pay for it, all the while covering up the acts of her stepfather. And this information cannot be used or found out by state of Missouri, who may be watching the individual and trying to find out. All the while, the custodial parent, the mother, may have no idea. Just this week, we saw in the Tribune, a coach was grooming his students and then having affairs with them after they graduated and became adults. And at the age of 19, one student said she became pregnant and he took her for abortion. These scenarios happen. Why aren't we protecting these people? Because if that coach was in Indiana, Illinois would do nothing to protect that individual that had been taken advantage of, groomed by their teacher, and we pay for the abortion. And her parents, of course she's an adult, but if she were underage, would have no idea. We're using public Illinois taxpayer funds to aid and abet criminals in some of these scenarios. You can talk about protecting reproductive rights all you want, but we better get it right and not provide cover for human traffickers, rape and incest of minor children, whatever state they're from. And is it right that Illinois taxpayers are going to provide these services at their expense to minor children without the knowledge of their parents? It's just astounding to me how we can put some of these together. And these scenarios are not some big conspiracy aluminum hat theories. They're happening every day. And everybody's watching Illinois, and we're giving them cover. And so to me, it's just wrong in so many ways. But let's not aid and abet criminals to take advantage of minors and at our taxpayer expense. It's just incredible. Thank you. I urge a no vote.
Seeing no further discussion, Senator Villanueva to close.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to talk a little bit about what the bill does and why we are needing to pass bills like this. This bill defines health care or health records related to lawful health care, location information related to lawful health care, and makes this information confidential and exempt from the disclosure of the Freedom of Information Act. It also grants a private right of action to any person whose information is improperly shared or against whom any state or local entity assists in imposing civil or criminal liability for lawful health care in the state of Illinois. It also allows minors to apply on their own behalf for financial aid for the Public Family Planning Program, a program offering a variety of reproductive health and family planning services. What was just referenced in terms of a situation that was just recently in the news, government can provide information in prosecution of rapists. What it cannot do, based off of this bill, is provide information in prosecuting a minor for getting an abortion. And I want to talk about the why we're having to do this. Because there's so much concern of children being raped, but in the case of an 11-year-old girl from Ohio who had to come to another state in order to get an abortion, a lawful abortion, because her own state had problems with prosecution, and her own state had problems that the mother actually wanted to help the child with in that situation, couldn't take care of. And you know who's taking care of it? The state of Illinois. Another reason why we're doing this is because in Texas, there is an individual who is seeking to depose an ex-partner for her audacity to go to another state that has legal abortion to try to provide and get information, as much information as possible about the who, what, when, where, why, who abated her, who helped her, who performed the abortion, who did anything related to it, because they want to overreach in the state of Texas to try to come to other states to tell us what we can or cannot do with our bodies. This is another bill that lets everybody else know and combats the misinformation that in Illinois we do care about children, we care about prosecuting rapists, but we also care about bodily autonomy. This is a good bill. Vote yes.
The question is, shall House Bill 5239 pass? All those in favor vote aye, opposed nay. The voting is open. Have all voted who wish? Have all voted who wish? Have all voted who wish? Take the record. On that question, there are 38 senators voting yes, 19 voting no, 0 voting present. House Bill 5239, having received the constitutionally required majority, is declared passed.